Hey, Dr. Karen Can, and this is the weekly Healthy Habits, Healthy Life series. And today, I believe we are on episode 8. This one is what I call a stillness hack. So, the way I teach meditation or stillness is not your traditional way of doing things, probably because I was never that good at it and don't necessarily need to be good at it, although I used to be one of these people that wanted to be good at everything and wouldn't try anything unless I was already good at it. Go figure. Um, so traditional meditation, and I'm calling traditional in a big lump, you know, lumping it all together. But a lot of people say, well, my spiritual teacher or my personal growth teacher said I should be doing meditation every day. Well, I do agree that consistency is really important because that is our way to success. So having some sort of stillness or meditation practice is actually really, really awesome. And if you can do it every day, better, even better. So, have I been really good at doing meditation where I'm sitting down for 20, 40, 60 minutes and, watching my breath or watching a candle or, doing some sort of guided meditation? Not so much. I know some teachers have strongly suggested that people get up between 3 and 5 in the morning to do 2 or 3 hours of meditation. Others say, well, you need to do a minimum of 40 minutes to get your brainwaves in a certain state. Well, it doesn't really work for me. It doesn't work for my lifestyle. And can I prove that my method's better than theirs? No. And I'm not trying to make it better. It's just what works for me. So, how do I know that meditation works for me? Well, it's when my life changes and I can see those changes as I continue this practice. And when in the past I've stopped the practice for several months because I got too busy, I realized life was more difficult, life was more challenging, and things just didn't go my way as much, if you will. So I do think that having a regular practice really, really helps. That being said, it is not always easy for people. I know plenty of people who have said to me, my patients, clients included, is I can't meditate. My mind is too distracted. I'm thinking too much. I've got a to-do list and I can't pay attention. I can't sit. When I lie down, I fall asleep, all those kinds of things. And I know some meditation teachers will, say, oh, that's just an excuse. Well, you know what? I think you need to do what works, right? So for me, I do this particular technique that I call stillness through observing internal movement. And it's very, very ideal for people who are highly sensitive, who I call sensitive souls, who actually feel a lot. In other words, they are feelers. So they can feel other people's emotions. Sometimes they can feel other people's pain. Some people call them empaths, right? So for those people, because they're such feelers, you might as well use that natural talent and turn it into your meditation. Well, how do you do that? Well, here's the thing. Most of us feelers or empath or empathic people, highly empathic, sensitive people, are often feeling the energy, sometimes probably billions of bits of data outside of ourselves. And it can be very, very challenging because that's a lot of data to sift through, and it can cause discomfort in our bodies. Our body is kind of saying, whoa, overwhelmed, too many energies here, right? So, if you're already a feeler, if you are what we call clairsentient, so you are very good at feeling other people's stuff or other people's emotions, you might as well use this particular technique. Again, it's called stillness through observing internal movement. And I do have a quick 30-minute training, mini training that you can take that I will post next to this video. And it's also, by the way, step by step outlined in writing in case you like to read in my sensitivity is your superpower book. So chapter 4, probably the most important chapter in the entire book, because it also says, hey, you can use this technique for manifesting. You can use this technique to delete or dissolve negative energies, including negative emotions you may be feeling. And there's nothing wrong with feeling emotions. You just don't want to have it stuck in your body. So that's what this process can do. So what it is really is, this reset process where you focus, feel, and follow the flow. So you first focus on the body, and I even say underneath the skin, so that you really focus internally in the body. And then the second thing is that you start feeling. And what are you feeling for? You're feeling for any sort of movement that you can pay attention to. And that could be, a pulse. For example, sometimes I lie down and I can actually feel my heart pulsing. Other times I feel like a flow, of waves or energy. Other times I feel like tingly like this. And actually, I pay attention deep enough these days. I was going to say hard enough, but deep enough these days that I think I can tell the difference between like lymphatic flow energy versus, say, cranial sacral energy versus, say, pulse energy, blood flow energy. It's actually kind of interesting. Now, you don't have to get to that degree of sophistication to have, the meditation work. And today's hack is around what about those people that go, "Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think I get it." I'm tuning into my body. I'm focusing. I'm trying to feel something, and I'm trying to follow the flow. And it's funny because some of these people are really good at feeling other people's stuff, but have such a hard time focusing on their body and feeling anything. They go, "I don't feel anything." Now, one of the things is you could actually focus on the nothing, but, oftentimes that for the left brain, for the skeptic or the overly logical person, that's like, it's not gonna work. So, what's my hack for this? Okay. It is this little instrument. This you can get on, Amazon, probably at Target, as some people say, whatever. I have one link that is the exact one that I have here. And it comes in a blue and a black. So what is this? Well, it's a vibrating peanut, and you are supposed to roll on it on your spine, on your muscles, to loosen the muscles and things like that. Now, how do I use it to hack the stillness through observing internal movement? Well, here's the thing. Some people are so out of their bodies. They are just so paying attention and focused on what's outside of them and not in their bodies, where, by the way, if your energy is not in the body, you can't actually heal. Hint, hint, you can't actually manifest. So it's really important for us to be able to be in the body, and to feel the body is one of the ways of, your doorway into all these wonderful gifts, and to amplify and access your own gifts. So how does this work? So when you click the button, now this one has, I think, 3 or 4 different levels. So if I click the first button, you might be able to hear it. I don't know if you can hear that, but anyway, so it's vibrating now. Okay. So what I suggest people do who have difficulty doing stillness through observing internal movement, and clairsentience, especially as their dominant clair, as opposed to clairvoyance and clairaudience, where we have other trainings for that, is to actually hold the peanut. Now, this could be, you could hold it in your hands to start. You could hold it over your belly. I'm not doing that just so you can, you can actually see it. And when I'm in bed at night, what I notice is if I put it under my knee, like I'll first put it under my right knee and my calf, and then the left knee and the calf. That really helps me because I tend to have a lot of energy in the upper chakra or energy levels, and less so in the lower body, despite the fact that I'm a figure skater and an athlete. So I like to put this under my knee. The other nice thing about putting this under the knee, or under the butt even, is that after a hard workout, it really helps to vibrate the lymph and get it to flow. So if I feel a little swelling or something like that around the knee, I'll actually put it right over the swelling area and just lay on it and let the vibrations help the lymph travel back up to, in this case, the groin, where it can then go back into, you can pee out the excess fluid, things like that. So you can put this, of course, over any pain points, muscle trigger points, things like that, which is what it's meant to do. Most people don't think about this as lymphatic drainage, but it can be really helpful for that. But here is the cool thing. When it stops, now I have to go through several levels to stop it, but this is higher, up and down, third level. Whoo. Okay, and then stop. Now, when it stops, close your eyes and feel the energy vibrating still in your body. That's the hack. Woo! Oh, yeah, it feels good. Now, that's probably one of the things that my patients used to absolutely love about my sound table from Scientific Sounds, Dr. Jeffrey Thompson. Now, that's a $2,500 table. There's specific brainwave entrainment music that we play through the table through these special speakers, a patented way to vibrate your whole being, your body, of course, your nervous system into those brainwave states and to re educate your systems and cells. Now, this is not anything like that technology, of course. There's no happy music or brainwaves or anything like that. But what it does do is vibrate the body. And what my patients used to love is, it would be feeling really good during, but when it stopped, when the music stopped and they could just feel the vibration in their body continuing, that was the most beautiful sensation. Right now I'm still getting shiveries just from it stopping. So this is a really relatively inexpensive, it's like $59, something like that, hack for those of you that are bound and determined to figure out this stillness on the fly thing, this stillness through observing internal movement. And you want to have an assistive tool, if you will, to get really good at it. This is it. So you can vibrate this. Now, it actually auto shuts off after 10 minutes. So it's really, really great in bed because you can just, lie there. You can put it on your butt, your knee, your back, your arm, wherever you want to put it. It's a little intense for your neck and head, just saying. Um, and then after 10 minutes, when it stops, you will continue to vibrate. And then you can then do your focus, feel, and flow. Focus. Oh, there it is. Feel the vibration in your body and just follow wherever it goes. And it'll get softer and softer and softer and lower and lower amplitude. And then eventually you'll actually learn to feel it at the lower amplitudes, which you will not need the vibrating peanut to access. You're like, oh, I know what that feels like when it gets low, right? So if the peanut vibrates you at a 10, and you haven't been able to feel any movement in your body because you haven't trained your awareness to be in the body to feel it, you might need that 10, right? But eventually you might be able to feel it, the subtle versions of it at a 5, and then a 4, and then a 2, and then a 1. And then when you get to a level of sophistication where you don't need the peanut, it's still nice to have it. Then no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can just tune in. You can just tune in, focus, feel, and flow, and go, oh, there it is. And the cool thing about that is as you focus your attention, you're training your brain to really pay attention. When it pays attention to the movement in your body, guess what? It's a lot harder to pay attention to your to-do list or what you're making for supper or the worry or whatever it is. And even if you are worried or angry or whatever, you know what? You'll start to learn to do the STOIM for negative emotions, where you feel whatever you're feeling emotionally and then turn it in words and feel it in the body. Where's in the body? What does it feel like? And you're so busy looking for it, right? Even at the very subtle levels, what happens is that energy unblocks itself and starts to resolve on its own, even without you necessarily, doing any self counseling or anything like that. Also, focusing on the vibration and the feeling in your body is a great way to get guidance. There's so many people like, oh, I want to talk to my guides. Oh, I want to get messages from my guides. I'm like, yeah, well, if you just like be quiet, you'd hear your guides, right? Well, some people hear with their, outer ears, but you can actually hear, in many different ways. And one of the ways is going through this stillness through observing internal movement. As you focus, you can give your guides a question, or you can even ask the universe, okay, I have this problem and I don't know how to handle it. Give me some guidance on that, right? You go into feeling the body. You can use your peanut as your, assistive tool. Feel the energy without any attachment to what the answer is. And as long as you've made that intention, you wish to have an answer, an idea will pop in. It'll be very subtle, nonchalant, usually no emotion attached to it, just like, you could do this, right? Or you might even not even recognize that you've gotten guidance and you just instinctively take action towards the best path. And that's really cool when that happens. That is really cool. So the stillness through observing internal movement is the doorway in to that zero point field, connection with the universe, your inner wisdom, source field, whatever you want to call it, to help you release negative emotions, to help you manifest better, to basically experience life and perceive life in a much calmer way, getting back to your center when things are chaotic. And by using this little vibrating peanut tool, it's a really great way to not only, physically help the lymphatic flow and things like that, or maybe you have a sore spot, but to hack that stillness through observing internal movement because it makes the movement much bigger, a bigger amplitude. So you can actually feel it. And then as you get better and better, you'll actually feel it at a lower and lower and lower amplitude. So I hope this has been helpful. We'll continue this series, Healthy Habits, Healthy Life, every single week for, at least until the end of 2022. So normally I will do a live or recorded release on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on what's going on in my life. So I hope you've really enjoyed this. Check it out. I'll put the links near this video that you can get your own vibrating peanut if you'd like to do that, as well as the stillness on the fly mini training, the 30-minute mini training, as well as the link to my book, Sensitivity is Your Superpower, in case you're a reader and you would like to read step by step how to do the stillness on the fly, including how to work with negative emotions, how to clear those in this way, and also STOIM for masterful manifesting. So I'm going to check in because I am doing this live. I'm going to check into the chat to see if anyone has posted anything. Crystal says, Grand Rising, Karen. Okay. Oh, that's great. You ordered my book. I'm excited to read. That's fantastic. So make sure you get the $1,000 value of bonuses that come with the book. So sensitivityisyoursuperpower.com. You can put your book order in, your name and email address, and then you'll get the link to download these free gifts. Poppy says, Karen's something I can really relate to. Thank you. Just love your videos. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoy the videos. Okay, guys. So if you happen to be on YouTube watching this live or on the replay, would love for you to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up and like, and feel free to share it with whoever else you think needs a quick and easy way to learn how to meditate without having to spend 20, 30, 40 minutes doing it a day. In fact, I do it for like a minute or two at a time, multiple times during the day. That's how I do it. All right. So Carmen says, I'm going to get my peanut. All right. So have fun, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.